Okay.
Hello. Today we're going to discuss the 4 cycles of a lawnmower engine. This one is currently not running, and we're going to just isolate some specific parts, and we'll take you through the 4 cycles, which is intake, compression, power, and exhaust. So first one, we're going to check for the air, then we're going to check for spark, check for fuel, and see if it'll run. Currently, we do not have fuel in it because we are inside a building. So when we test for the intake or for air, we will pull the air filter, look at it. Most of them have leaves, grass. Hold it up to a light, put a light behind it. Should be able to see a light through there. If you can do that, you're probably in pretty good shape. So we should be able to get air through there. Next, we're going to check compression. We're going to remove the spark plug, which goes into the cylinder. You're going to put your finger over the hole. Pull the cord. You're going to hear the piston's going to move down and suck in and blow out. See if we can catch that. If you hear the poof poof. So the piston's moving, the motor's not locked up. So we're going to put the spark plug. We're going to check for ignition. As long as the spark plug is out, put it back on the wire, ground the spark plug. I'm going to turn the lights out. With the spark plug grounded, we're going to pull the cord. We should be able to see a spark. I don't know if you can get that. Can you see that?
We're seeing a tiny spark.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need. You can also just grab the end of that spark plug and pull it, and you'll get a little shock. It's good for the heart. It won't kill you. So we've got air, we've got spark. Now we need power. We need fuel and spark to create power, to make that explosion, to push the piston down. So if the lawnmower's been sitting, look inside, make sure there's fuel. If there's fuel in there, I'd certainly recommend, if you don't know how old it is, draining it. I would take the fuel line off the carburetor. There's a clamp. Squeeze the clamp, remove it, and drain the carburetor. Anytime you're working on fuel, do it outside, not in an enclosed building. Do it in some gravel, not in the grass. So maybe put some fuel in, let it run through here, hook the fuel line back up, put the clamp on. Now you've got fuel in the carburetor, we've got spark, should be able to start it. Since this doesn't have any fuel in it, we're going to give it a spray of starting fluid.
Is that a substitute for the fuel?
Well, for right now, yeah, this is...
Just for a test.
Okay, so the engine runs, and if you put fuel in and the carburetor does not dispense fuel, the gas we get nowadays is full of alcohol, gasohol. And if it's been sitting for more than a month, it is probably bad, it's coagulated and plugged up all the passages in the carburetors. Probably need to pull it off and clean that out, rebuild it. Apparently there's some carburetors available, fairly reasonable on the internet. And that is probably the way most people go.
It's just replacing the carburetor?
Just replacing the carburetor. They're not always that great, the ones from China, but that would be probably the easiest way. This one, I'm going to put gas in at some point. I pulled it apart and got it to not leak. They typically will leak in the fuel bowl and the bolt that holds the fuel bowl. So that's pretty much it for just a basic 4-stroke engine. This is a single cylinder. You only have one piston going up and down. It's intake, compression, power, and exhaust. If you have that, that's pretty much all you need. I guess that's the old way. The new way is suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. You're sucking air in, you're squeezing it, you're exploding it, and then getting rid of it. My name's Lou. Thanks for listening.